Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Per usual, I'm coming at you with another unboxing. I know I have no self-control. I need to be better, but to be fair, this is a subscription to the Cloth and Paper. I recently resubscribed for this past month of June, just because I had a lot of cute stuff in that box, and I was like, I can't resist myself, because a lot of the times the stuff that's in their subscription box is going to be separate from what they offer on their regular website. And if you don't know, Cloth and Paper is a luxe stationery business. So they have different types of like inserts for your planners, whether you do ring inserts or even I believe it's like the, not ring agenda, but it's like the little it reminds me of like the happy planners. I'll put the name of what it is up here because I can't think of it right now. They also offer stickies, stickers, also pens, just different things that you can utilize for your planners, even just journaling too. It doesn't have to just be planners, but it's just a bunch of different luxe stationery. Basically, I'm obsessed just because they're very minimalistic and it's very aesthetically pleasing. But yeah, so I had resubscribed because I was running low on stationery, and I was like, what better way than to hop back on to Cloth and Paper subscription plan when they have this amazing set coming out. So without further ado, let's go ahead and unbox. So per usual, I'm just gonna go ahead and use my little teddy bear razor thingy. So update with reading, I added another book to my current reads and am currently reading Satanic Shadows by Lee Rivers. Her new book is going to be coming out soon, so I thought what better time than to start this book. I've heard nothing but good things about it, and so I'm super excited for that. I'm still trying to decide which book subscription I should cancel, just because again, I am trying to save money and I really don't need all of them. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, so first things first, before I get into what's inside the box, I figured I'd show you guys which planner I'm currently in. I'm using two, but right now the one that I have on hand is my Louis Vuitton MM Ring Agenda, or medium size ring agenda, which is what it's called on the website now. And I've had this maybe since 2021, and it was a gift from my husband. I was always in pocket ring agendas because it was so cute and small. I didn't think I would want anything else, but then I just kept seeing YouTube videos of people using their planners, and I thought this was a really cute size also because it does still fit in majority of my purses. I love like the bulkiness of it. Yeah, so I just wanted to show you guys. This is the one that I'm currently using. This one doesn't always travel with me, usually just stays at home, but sometimes I do bring it out, but it does make my purse a little heavy, so I usually just bring my pocket size. Anyways, getting off topic once again. But yeah, so I'm thinking of switching out my planner to something more summer-esque, but there's just something about using a small leather good in the monogram canvas print. I just love this one so much because it has sentimental value to me. I just love it so much. Anyways, let me know if you guys think I should switch out the planner. Back to what's in the box. So like I said, I'm currently using my personal ring agenda, and so with the Cloth and Paper subscription, you actually have the option to choose like what type of planner system that you use, which is pretty cool. And if you use multiple styles, you can always change it every month. I've done that in the past. So like I said, I first started out with pocket ring agendas, and I'll put a picture of the size here if you guys aren't familiar or if you haven't seen my previous videos. But it's a lot smaller, and I started out with that, but then once I got my personal ring agenda, I was able to switch it on the website. And even if you don't use ring agendas, you can also switch it to I always forget the name. I'll put it here. I think it's called disc agendas. So you can always change the type of planner and the size that you have, which is pretty cool. All right, so first things first, we'll start off with the pen. Right off the bat, it's super heavy, so it feels like it's gonna be really great quality. But like I said, Cloth and Paper usually has amazing quality everything. So here is, I believe it's, yeah, it's a gel pen, and it's white. I always like taking the little jellies off, but I do struggle, I'm not gonna lie. And then I'll probably do like a little sample of how it writes as well, and I'll put a little clip here, but I can't see exactly what like the size is, so I'll double check. But it does say G750 zebra on there. I don't know if you'll be able to see. But yeah, and like I said, I'll put the little sample here. It feels really nice. I can't wait to try that out. Next is going to be this. I think I saw on there that you can make your own personal size planner with this one. It looks like it's just like a hardcover, so it says reserve entry book cloth cover set, personal size, which is pretty cool. Let's see. Yeah, so it looks like you just add the little discs on there, and this is just the cover, which is pretty nice. This is really nice, but I do not need more planners, so we'll see how I utilize that, because it is really nice. I like the little linen cloth feel to it. And then I'm assuming, yeah, these are the planner rings. It says silver in 1 inch. Let's go ahead and open it, and I'll show you how they look. Yeah, I've been kind of obsessed. I go on and off with liking different metals. Right now I am kind of in my silver era, so it's kind of nice that it came with it. And let me just put it on and I'll show you. Okay, so before I go any further and put the rest of them on, I thought I'd show you, because I was trying really hard to like pull them apart, and they don't come off initially. What you do is you pull them opposite ways and then pull out. I don't know if that made sense, but yeah, you just do that and it unlocks, and then you just put it into the binder. Let's see. There. Around. Yeah, and then obviously once it has paper in it, it'll look a lot better and full, but that's essentially how it comes. So like I said, I am gonna figure out how I will utilize this, and I think I put it on backwards. Anyways, next in the box is going to be monthly side tabs for the personal ring agenda. And again, you can either use it inside of the little binder that they give you, or you can use it in your, you know, regular agenda, however you please. But I will say I do love their little tabs that they have, because it just feels really nice. This one is monthly tabs, like I said, and they come clear, and the font is in red, which is really nice. So pretty. I do have some from Cloth and Paper that I've put in both my personal and pocket size agenda. I'm just really sad because the one that I purchased, they don't offer anymore. I believe it was called like Girl Boss or something, and yeah, it's super cute, and they don't offer it anymore, and I'm just really sad because they ended up breaking in here. I don't know how, like some of the side tabs like snapped in half, so I'm really sad about that. But I'll go ahead and show you how those tabs look later on when I do my planner flip. Okay, next is going to be this little packet which has the rest of the goodies in there. So let's see, what intrigued me about this box when I saw it on Instagram was the pops of red. I don't know what it was, but it was just so nice, and I was like, I don't need it, I don't need it. And then every post after that was them obviously promoting things that were going to be included in their June box, and I was like, those are cute, I want it. So the first thing that comes up, it says members only. This is just a little card that says it's June 2025, the 10-year anniversary of Cloth and Paper, and it just lets you know what's inside the box. So maybe I should have started off with this, but this is super cute. I do want to incorporate this in my planner. I'm low-key thinking of going into my black Chanel MM planner because I feel like this is just a whole vibe. Next is going to be, they usually, from what I remember, they always include like a month card, and this one says August. And this design is definitely different from what I'm used to them having. It has like this little ripped look at the top here, and it's embossed or debossed? Embossed. So it's really nice. I do utilize these. I would put it like at the front of my planner, and then I would like write down the important dates, obviously, and just like highlight important events. So yeah, this is useful. Next in the box is going to be, I believe on here it says it's label sticker strips. So it looks like this. I'm gonna have to think about how I'll utilize this. I'm sure I'll find something to use it for. But yeah, it comes in this like cream color, very cohesive with the whole theme of the red, black, and white. This is what I was excited for. So I saw these, and these are the cloth and paper circle page flag sets, and I do really love cloth and paper's sticky notes. I use them for some of my books, and I do utilize them throughout my planner, just because I love the different shapes that they come out with. If I can open it out, and these were super cute. So just look at it. So it comes in red, gray, and then like this kind of polka dot-y print. It almost reminds me of like is it tortoiseshell print, but black and white, just because it's the way that the design is. But again, these are like, how do I describe it? But these are transparent, so you can write on it and it's see-through, and it's really nice, honestly. I'll show you guys how I use it on my planner flip. From what I remember on their website, they do have different sizes. This is a small one, and they do have bigger sizes as well as different shapes. I will say for these type of sticky notes, you do have to get a special pen. I think you can obviously use a Sharpie, or you can use like the uni gel pen. I have to find out which one it is, and then I'll put the name of it at the top. So if you guys write on this with like just any old regular schmegular pen, it will smudge, so we don't want that. Next, this is so pretty. This is going to be one of their dashboards, and it says for your eyes only. And let me just get it out and show you. But yeah, it was so pretty when I saw it. I need to up my vocabulary because I just say it's so cute, it's so pretty in like every single one of my videos, but I just can't help it. Everything that I buy is just so pretty. All right, so this one again, it says for your eyes only, and it looks like it's this, is it vellum or plastic? I don't know, but it is see-through, and then it has this one on the back, and then a lot of their dashboards will have just like little quotes on there as well. For instance, this says revisit the goals set earlier in the year, highlight what's been achieved and what's still in progress. What I really like about cloth and paper's like dashboards is that they don't just put little old quotes on there, but they also put things on there, I don't know how you would say it, just like stuff that will get you thinking. And I feel like it's good prompts for your journaling, if you ever get stuck on what you want to journal about. Yeah, I just think that these are so cute, and they have really good things on the actual dashboard. Next is going to be the undated insert sampler, and if I am not mistaken, yeah, so I've had this insert in the past. Oof, it's a little bright. But I've had these inserts in the past, and it's just blank obviously because it's undated, so you can put the date there, and you have priorities, your schedule, and it has from 7 to 9 and tasks. It is front and back as well. And lastly is this little red envelope that says members only. This color red is just delicious. I love it. And on the inside, it's a little card that says create a check-in routine for your goals. Pause, reflect, and realign. Take a moment. Now in this moment, take stock of your growth, what deserves to be nurtured, what needs to be released. Very cute. What I like about this is that the whole theme is kind of like a reflection because it is halfway into the year, so it's like a stop and reflect of, you know, what goals have you set forth for yourself, and are you doing things every day that help you achieve those goals. So I think that's really cool that this is kind of like the theme that I'm getting. So cute. Now let's get on to the flip. All right, so here is my Louis Vuitton MM Agenda, or medium ring agenda. And like I said, I am contemplating on switching out of this one to either go into my Demi-Rare Azur or my Chanel. So I'm trying to decide which one I want to do, but we'll see. For now, I'll just do a quick flip through. Honestly, there's not going to be much in this little flip through, only because I'm not gonna lie, I haven't really been as consistent with using my planner or journaling as much as I would like. But hopefully I can get my life together and start using it again, because I do honestly feel like I've been all over the place. Life has just been a lot. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into it. So right when you open it here, I used to have another little dashboard up here, but honestly I don't know where that went, so it must have like slipped out and is somewhere in my room. But right here I just have this little paper clip that I purchased off of Etsy. I honestly can't remember who I purchased it from. I'm sure that you can pick it up at like Amazon or something, but I just typed in Monstera leaf on Etsy. I think I typed in Monstera leaf paperclip on Etsy and this popped up, and I thought it was super cute because it went with the whole theme that I was going for at the time. And then this right here is actually, I think, just off of like a little gift bag that I had, and I thought this part was just super cute, and so I thought I would just slip that into my planner. I usually put that one in like every single one of my planners. And then let me see, this right here is a sticker that I made. It's actually from my shop. It's called Ethereal Heathenz, and I'll leave a link down below. That way if you guys want to check out my little sticker shop, you can. But it's a little black cake and it says brat on there, and I thought it was super cute. Let me put this back. Okay. And then this right here is going to be a dashboard. It's just a little vellum sheet, and I picked this up from, I believe, the planner spot. And again, I'll put all the links down below, so that way if you guys are interested in any of the items that you see in my planner, you can definitely take a look. I will say though, I did purchase this maybe 2 years ago, I want to say. And it was just a whole vellum sheet, and I just cut it down to fit into my planner. I was contemplating picking up another one, so that way I can go ahead and do the same thing but put that into my pocket size agenda. This one here is a dashboard that's from Cloth and Paper, and again, they might have this on their website. I did get it a few years ago as well when I did have the subscription, and I just really liked that it paired really well with this sheet because it's kind of see-through, so it worked out pretty well. Next here is going to be my inbox dashboard, and I really liked the idea of this one. I believe it's also, yep, from Cloth and Paper. And basically, if you guys aren't familiar, and this inbox sheet is pretty much kind of self-explanatory really. So I have these sticky notes from Cloth and Paper. I really love these ones. The colors are super cute. But I usually leave a few here, that way I can kind of just jot down what's on my brain, so that way I could later put it into my schedule if I need to, or if I need to grab groceries like that, I'll just put it here. Just basically things to remember, and just kind of like a brain dump spot for me. Like I said, these are from Cloth and Paper, and let me go ahead and show you the ones that came in the subscription box, that way you can kind of compare the two. So these are the ones that just came in from the June subscription box, and again, there is a slight difference to these besides the size. So this one, let me see if I can get close without knocking this over. This right here is just like a basic piece of paper with the sticky on it, obviously, and then this one here is a little different because it's like vellum or transparent. And sorry if you can hear my son, he's playing video games right now. But here's also just a slight size comparison, so that way you guys can see. And like I said, for these ones, I'll usually either put it as like a little tab in my planner, or I'll use it for like my books and stuff too. So yeah. And like I said, you do need to have like a special pen for these guys, just because the material, a regular pen will definitely smear off. Yeah, that's how I use my inbox sheets. And then this right here is going to be my yearly inserts for 2025. And like I said, Cloth and Paper does this thing for each month or each year, basically, where they have like a set theme. And basically it just says, live each day with a sense of wonder and gratitude, recognizing the potential and growth and transformation in every moment. And so it kind of just gives you like little things to live by, or just kind of things to help you reflect on each of their little sheets here. And then right here it just says this planner belongs to, but I always end up forgetting to write in these, to be quite honest. And then again, this is the complete insert packet that I got from Cloth and Paper, and it usually will include a year at a glance little sheet. And I usually like to track my time of the month, or just like mark off or highlight, or use like a little sticker to mark certain dates. But as you can see, I have not been consistent in marking in here. It comes with this holidays and observation sheet, so that way you can kind of keep track all in one spot. So I like that they do include that in their little packets as well. And then we get to the first little divider, and then this is what I was saying that I purchased from Cloth and Paper as well. And it basically just says the grind. Obviously you can see that I'm missing a few, and those were the 2 or 3 that did end up snapping, and I think it had a lot to do with the pen that I had here. So that's the only thing that sucks about these planners, unfortunately, is that it does dig into the paper, or it does dig into like your dividers, and unfortunately mine did snap, so I'm really sad about that. But go ahead and dive into the monthlies. And like I said, each month will have like a different little sheet in front, and that kind of embodies what their focus is for that month. So like I said, it's pretty cool. And I won't show you every single month, but I'll show you at least this one. And this is what I did for January. I did show this in my previous video. I love to just decorate them. I tried to do a whole minimalistic look and keep it sleek, but honestly, I just love stickers. I love cute stationery and everything, so of course, you know, I have to go ahead and decorate it. A lot of my washi tape that I use is gonna be from Simply Gilded. Go ahead and link them down below as well. Yeah, this is how January's setup looked. And then I'm gonna go ahead and just slide over to June. So this is how I set it up for this month. And again, everything that you see here is mainly going to be from either Cloth and Paper or Simply Gilded. Like all this washi tape, I really love Simply Gilded, just because they were like one of the first luxe stationery companies that I fell in love with, just because everything was super cutesy. Like for instance, right here, this one is a washi tape with like a little leopard, and then the little palm leaves and some flowers. And I thought it was super cute. And then you just have some palm trees, and this one's kind of transparent, and it's supposed to be a little sparkly. I don't know if you can see that, but it's like a frosted sparkle, and the material is really nice. And what I love about Simply Gilded is that they have bookshelf washi tape, which is absolutely perfect for me. And I usually like to keep that in the front of the month sheet as well, just so that way I can kind of write down either the books that I've read or book releases that are coming out, which clearly I have not finished any of my current reads, because I am reading like 5 right now, so bear with me. Next page is just going to be the month at a glance. I have tried weekly inserts, but I honestly haven't really been utilizing them, and I'm tired of just wasting paper, so I definitely need to find a new system. And I remember mentioning that at the beginning of the year, where I just don't want to have a bunch of like sheets in here that I'm not utilizing, and unfortunately I wasn't utilizing the weekly inserts. But this one, I just love that I open my planner, I just see everything all at once. However, it is, as you can see, small squares, and so it's really hard to combine everything in here. And I have seen some people use separate planners, which kind of seems excessive just for me personally, because I don't want to have to keep going into different planners for different things. So I do need to figure out something that works for me. But just combining like the kids' sports and activities, my personal stuff, work, doctor's appointments for everyone, just everything in general, it just kind of gets overwhelming having it all in one spot, only because the squares are really small. So we'll eventually get to a system that works, but for now, this is what I have, and this is kind of what works for me. But like I said, all of the washi tape that you see here is going to be from Simply Gilded. And then again, just look how cute this little washi tape is. It has like little bookshelves with cutesy books, and there's little designs on them as well. That's that. We're gonna go on to this next slide where it says socialite. And this is where I usually like to keep my blank sheets, where I can journal and also do book journaling. And then these blank sheets I actually got from Amazon, and I prefer the blank rather than the lines or the little dots because, to be honest, I do write pretty straight for the most part, and I like to fit as much as I can, and the lines are sometimes just too big even if I get like the college ruled paper. And so I just felt like it gave me more range to do what I wanted to do. So whether I'm doodling or taking notes or book journaling, things like that, like I just have more free range to do so. And then here we go into my book journaling. I will say, like I said in the past, that I have not been consistent, unfortunately, with just like reading, keeping up with my journaling, keeping up with like, you know, just staying organized in general. So I am gonna try to be better in these next 6 months to the end of the year and see how that goes. But basically, like I said, these sheets are from Amazon, and then these here, the ones with the little designs, are just like the pack of cardstock that you can get from like Michael's. I got it during Halloween. I don't know if you could tell, but there's like a little spider there, and then this one was a snake. They did come from the same pack, and I just went ahead and cut it. And then right here is just a little January sticker. Each one will have that for the remaining months. But basically, it's just a pack from, I believe, either Michael's or Hobby Lobby of just like the planner stickers. And then these right here are just the books that I've read. And I did print these out myself off of my little photo printer. And the one that I have is the HP Sprocket. And I really like that one because these are actually little stickers. So I really like that. These right here I did get off of Amazon, off of like a little, I think it was like junk journaling scrap sheets. I forgot what it's called, honestly. These here are actually from my sticker shop. I created these ones myself, just like this sticker here in the front. I just changed it up a bit. So cutesy. And then for February, this is how I designed it, and I thought it was super cute. This paper pack was actually from Hobby Lobby, obviously during February, and I just love the little embellishments I put on there. Like this right here is from that same pack from Amazon, and these are all again from Simply Gilded. Clearly I only read like one new book, reread Voracious, and Fourth Wing. And then again, this was my March setup for my reading journal, and then you can see where I kind of fell off there. So yeah. And then honestly, that's pretty much it. The stuff in the back is actually for my little sticker business. It's kind of where I like to keep the stock of like all my orders and then also notes for work, so I won't get into the back end. But yeah, that's basically it for my planner flip. I'm so sorry that this was not as exciting as I was hoping for it to be. It's just that like I said, I was not really active in keeping up with any of these things because life has just been so busy. But my next planner flip I'll show you is probably me switching out from this planner to a different one, so stay tuned for that. That is it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for tuning back in once again, and I will see you guys next week.